name's Adam Scow. I'm a co-founder of the Campaign for Organic and Regenerative Agriculture, also known as CORA. We're a grassroots group of residents, concerned citizens living in the Watsonville, Santa Cruz County area who have come together to call for a change in the way we're farming around the city of Watsonville and the surrounding areas. You're on the edge here of Pájaro, an unincorporated community in Monterey County. The Pájaro River separates Santa Cruz County from Monterey County, but Pájaro is very much part of Watsonville in many ways. Pájaro suffered greatly from the floods a couple years ago, where how much, does anyone know how high the water was? It was a couple feet high?
It was like 2 feet high or something.
2 feet high, and a lot of that water was laced with toxic pesticides. Many of these businesses were at risk. Residents lost their homes. Many people had to leave, couldn't come back. The school was evacuated for about a year.
Yeah, and they redid it all.
And was rebuilt. Still some problems there, and so we wanted to start here today because sometimes Pájaro is forgotten, but is very much part of our community, our region. A little bit about myself. I'm the grandson of a farm worker from Oaxaca, Mexico, who worked these fields in the 40s and 50s before settling in Fresno, where I grew up. And he dealt with pesticide poisoning as well. It hadn't have long-term effects, but back then it was called the Bracero program, where the government sponsored workers, young men from Mexico, over 1 million, to come work in the fields to build this agricultural empire in California and throughout the West. Agriculture is very important part of our region, our economy. Yet there's problems with the human and environmental tools, and then sadly, some of those things have not gotten better, or in some cases have gotten worse. What do I mean by worse? Watsonville area did not always used to be as many berries as it is now. The boom of strawberries, raspberries, blackberries in the last 10-15 years has led to increase in some of the worst pesticides being used. Fumigant gases, organophosphates, insecticides, herbicides like glyphosate are all applied on these fields around the city and right behind some of our schools. Here we are at Pájaro Middle School, a middle school that serves the residents of this region, Las Lomas, Pájaro, Royal Oaks, parts of Watsonville, about 400 to 500 students, and their teachers, and their staff, and their janitors going to school here. And we have a field here. This is a berry field. This field is under the auspices of California Giant. They're the second biggest berry company after Driscoll's. Driscoll's is by far the biggest. Driscoll's is the biggest globally, by the way. It's a $4 or $5 billion company in about a dozen countries. Cal Giant is also big here. And these fields are regularly fumigated with toxic gases that cause cancer. Gases like telone, chloropicrin, and other pesticides. And if you can feel which way the wind is blowing right now, right into the school and into the neighborhood, even when school's not in session. So one regulation that was achieved in the last 10 years is that the pesticides cannot be applied while school is in session. It's after 6 p.m. or on the weekends, and that's what's happening, usually at night or on the weekends. The only problem is people also live here all the time as well. And so what we said is, rather than trying to regulate one pesticide at a time, and there's dozens of pesticides that are used, why not have these fields just go organic? And organic is important. For you, those of you who are really buffs about sustainable agriculture, regenerative, and all these things, the reason why organic is important is because it's actually a legal standard as prescribed by the United States Department of Agriculture, USDA. When you see an organic label at the grocery store, by law, those fruits or vegetables cannot have been applied with toxic pesticides. That's by law. And the organic standard was largely developed here in Santa Cruz County. Did you know that? By farmers and corralitos, researchers at UC Santa Cruz, who wanted a better way to farm, looking back at ancestors, the way our ancestors farmed all over the world, rotating crops to regenerate the soil. And so at the same time, we're about 20% organic in this valley, in the Pájaro Valley. We're actually one of the higher percentages of organic in the state. Yet the berries And those pesticides are some of the worst. And some of those pesticides get into the berry. They don't have a skin and stay in the berry. Bottom of the map, you'll see Pajaro Middle School. And about 15 fields around the perimeter of the city of Watsonville. These are under Giant. Most of them are under Driscoll's. And we are calling on these companies to do the right thing and transition these fields to organic. For small independent farmers, transitioning to organic can be truly a challenge. These are not small independent farmers. These are the biggest berry companies in the world. The berries that are grown around these fields are shipped all over the world every day. They go to Asia, Europe, all over this country, New Jersey, Colorado, France, Australia. Driscoll's also has operations in those countries, by the way, as well. And the last thing I wanted to say, like, why here? Well, we have amazing weather. We are blessed with an amazing climate here in this county. It's one of the greatest climates in the world, Santa Cruz County, where it's warm like this in the 11 to 2, 3 p.m. and then the breeze comes in and it cools off at night, especially the fog on the coast. It cools off the berries. And so Cora, and we want to see healthy farming, but we want to see it done right by our community, by the environment, and the people who work in the fields as well. And I'm very happy that we have Miss California's Teen Jasmine visiting us from Oregon Hill. She's been at our event before. And we're going to have some more statements at the end if that's okay. But I thought we'd just kind of keep the tour aspect. Also, Omar Dieguez, who completed a 30-day hunger strike to support this effort, elevated this effort. Penny Ellis, who runs Open Farm Tours, supporting our organic farms all over the county. She's here as well, also supporting this. We are right on the edge, the north edge of Watsonville. Overlooking that way is towards Corralitos. Right behind these trees, you can't see it, there's a school called Amesti Elementary School. Behind those trees, I would have driven us by, but it's hard with the traffic. 25 years ago, a group of teachers became privy, noticed that toxic pesticides, back in the day, they'd fly over, do plane drops. And the teachers were getting sick, their kids were getting sick. This is the school district headquarters right here. This is the headquarters of the Pajaro Valley Unified School District. PVUSD has always been close with the growers, and if you really think about why a lot of us are here, whether side of the business you're here, we're actually here because of agriculture. And so it's super, and the way, if you even think about the way the school district is funded, the way the hospitals are funded, you know how the school district is funded? Does anybody know? Enrollment. What does enrollment mean? Tenants means living human beings going through the school every day. The way the school district has stayed afloat, enrollment's going down a little bit, is because of the farm worker families coming here. The farm worker families, their kids are literally financing the school district and to some extent the hospital and other county functions, if you think about it. This is the old Watsonville Hospital. Now, one of the rooms is called the Ice Camp Building, E-I-S-K-A-M-P. Ice Camp is one of the biggest growers for Driscoll's. These are Ice Camp fields, right here. These are all toxic pesticides, right here, going on over here, and further over. We're going to walk over there in a little bit. The teachers at Amesti were intimidated. They started a group, the teachers, that was called, you know, the teachers called it, they called it Farm Without Harm, 25 years ago. The district, in response, got pressure from the growers. You know what they did? They put pink slips in all the teachers' boxes. It wasn't that they were fired. They were told, do never say the word pesticide in class to your kids, to your teachers, ever again. If you heard of censorship now, it was alive and well. It's always been alive and well by your local school district. Isn't that nice? Many teachers fought those battles. Companies hired farm workers to say everything was fine. It was really ugly, and many teachers actually left. Some got sick. One victory that came out of that was a farmer named Dick Pichot in Lakeside Organics, California Grill. There's a restaurant here. His family sold pesticides for a living. he had kids in our schools. He knew something was wrong. Dick is not some hippie. He decided to go fully 100% organic about 22 years ago, and now Lakeside Organics is the most successful organic farming company in California. They farm 2,000 acres, including this field here and that field there. This field here is rotated between Driscoll's Organic Berries and Lakeside Organics. That's always organic vegetables. You see the soil's a little darker. When you see the darker, thicker chocolate soil, it's healthier.
Well, yeah, thank you all for being here. My name is Jasmine Wu. I am Miss California's Teen 2025. And thank you, first of all, to Mr. Scow for inviting me to be here, learning even more about this institute. Really appreciate it. So I've been volunteering with the Center for Farmworker Families for the past 4 years or so. And so this is my second time being here in the Colorado Valley and supporting Cora's mission. My service initiative as Miss California's Teen is called Education for All. I believe that every student deserves the right to learn well and to dream big through their education, but I realized that none of that is possible without having a safe and healthy learning environment. And so, as we have seen throughout this tour, the basic right to living a healthy life is being compromised and denied here. And these students have to go to spaces to learn where they're being put at risk of developing things like learning disabilities, like asthma, and like Mr. Scott said, even cancer. And so, I think it's amazing that we're able to come together and to advocate for change that these families and students and teachers deserve so much. Thank you so much for everyone for being here and for showing up, and also to students from the Diversity Matters Club at Valley Christian High School, and to everyone else, thank you for caring and supporting Cora. And I believe that when we stand together, when we join our voices, we are stronger united. Thank you.
Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Se puede.